Let me guess, you're thinking about buying a laptop, but you're still confused about some stuff. Don't worry, that is completely normal. Choosing a laptop is a very tricky subject. In this video, I'm going to give you some small but highly effective tips. Unlike desktop PCs, laptops don't offer a single correct option for everyone. That's why in this video, I'm just going to try and point you in the right direction. Before we start, I highly recommend watching the other laptop guide I posted on the channel. I covered all the basic and critical information you need to know about laptops there. To avoid repeating myself, I'll focus more on current topics and the other information we can build on top of that foundation in this video. This includes a topic that is far more important than people realize, as you will soon see in the video. Without further ado, let's start with the first topic. 1. Processor architectures. x86 and ARM. First, let's talk about processor architectures. Processor architecture refers to the basic operating logic and design of a CPU. Today, the architecture we've been using for years, and which most programs are optimized for, is x86. Almost all processors produced by major manufacturers like Intel and AMD are built on this architecture. Most Windows programs and games we use are developed for x86 as well. ARM architecture, on the other hand, is an architecture that has been used in mobile devices for many years and has only recently started to become widespread on the PC side. Without getting drowned in technical details, we can summarize it like this. ARM processors stand out with low power consumption and high efficiency. Having a simpler instruction set and fewer transistors means they consume less energy and generate less heat. While this is a huge advantage for portable devices like laptops, since most current programs are programmed for x86, you need to use versions of these programs that were specifically compiled for ARM processors. Otherwise, you'll either get terrible performance, or worse, the program won't run at all. So why is this important if we aren't buying an Apple laptop? Recently, affordable Windows laptops with ARM processors have started hitting the market. We usually see them in models designed for office work and daily use, rather than gaming. However, I'm going to be blunt here. I recommend staying away from these laptops. Their software compatibility is weak, and their performance lags behind laptops with the x86 architecture within the same budget. Right now, the only brand truly worth choosing for ARM laptops is Apple. If you're planning to buy a Windows laptop, sticking with Intel and AMD is the most logical and safe choice for maybe a little while longer. 2. GPU wattage. One of the most overlooked issues when buying a gaming laptop is the graphics card's wattage value, that is, its power limit. For example, a desktop RTX 5060 with 145 watts is not identical to the RTX 5060 used in laptops, even if they share the name. The laptop versions are weaker due to physical size and the accompanying cooling issues. What creates this weakness is the limit on the wattage the GPU can draw. We can see quite low values like 45 watts in some entry-level laptops. A GPU running at this power, even if it looks strong on paper, will not give satisfactory performance in practice. That's why, even at the entry level, I recommend going for models with at least a 60-watt GPU if possible. However, there is another mistake made here that I specifically want to emphasize. The idea that the higher the wattage, the better, is not always true. Yes, high wattage makes a difference in powerful high-end GPUs like the RTX 5070 Ti, but in entry and lower mid-range cards like the RTX 4050 and RTX 4060, extra power beyond a certain point does not make a significant contribution to performance. For example, anything above approximately 80 watts isn't very logical for an RTX 4060. The amount of FPS you gain relative to the wattage increase starts to drop significantly. On the RTX 4070 side, this limit goes up to around 90 watts. This threshold gradually increases as you go up to higher models. So when choosing a laptop, you should pay attention not only to the model of the graphics card, but also to the correct wattage value. 3. Upgrade options. Considering the size of modern games, running out of storage space is sadly inevitable. If this happens to you, you might want to expand your storage space by installing an extra SSD. However, not all laptops have a second M.2 SSD slot. This restricts you when you want to increase storage. For instance, if your space is full and your laptop doesn't have an empty M.2 slot, you have to remove your current SSD and install a larger one to increase your storage. This leads to the huge hassle of reinstalling Windows and all your programs or migrating your files. Therefore, you need to ensure that either the laptop you buy allows for a second SSD in the future, or that the storage amount you get initially is sufficient. The RAM side is a bit more complicated. Most laptops usually have 2 RAM slots. Manufacturers generally ship the laptop with a single stick of 16GB RAM, leaving the second slot empty. While this looks like an advantage for upgrading, it causes performance loss in DDR4 RAMs because dual-channel performance is quite important. So the ideal scenario is to use two separate modules in the layout of two 8GB sticks. On the DDR5 side, since the memory channel structure is different, we can't really say this disadvantage applies as much. 4. The chaos between models. This is a subject that can be very confusing when buying a laptop because sometimes they put quite powerful hardware into a model labeled as entry-level, making the price extremely attractive. Conversely, when you go up to a higher model series, you might be forced to choose weaker hardware at the same price point. And it doesn't end there. There can be serious quality differences between different hardware versions of the same model too. For example, a version with an AMD might come with a higher quality chassis, better cooling, and better power delivery than the Intel version of the exact same model. The same applies to the processor side. This is sometimes due to actual cooling insufficiency, and sometimes due to restrictions made purely to cut costs. Consequently, this situation can lead to higher temperatures, more fan noise, and widespread problems in the long run. For example, there are widespread motherboard failures in some Lenovo lock models. For this reason, especially if you're thinking of buying an entry or mid-level gaming laptop, choosing the right brand and series is crucial. No matter how powerful the hardware is, if the infrastructure carrying it isn't decent, that hardware is meaningless. Because of these two huge problems, it is almost impossible to rank laptops clearly from bad to good, because you will always have to choose between these three options: better hardware, better chassis and quality, or a balance more suitable for your intended use. That's why, instead of putting brands' laptops into a definitive ranking, I will explain the model structures and positionings of the brands themselves. My main goal here is to show you how to navigate that initial complex turn between models. I'll also talk about the noteworthy pros and cons of the laptop series, if there are any. To keep the video short and not drown you in too much detail, I will focus on the major brands and their major series. ASUS. Let's start with their gaming series. The brand's most entry-level gaming series is known as the V series. Just above that sits the ASUS Tough series. This series is generally positioned as the mid-segment. Above the Tough series is the ROG family. All models in this series are high quality, but their intended uses are very different from each other. The main goal of the ROG Strix series is maximum performance. That's why the chassis structure is usually bulkier. Thanks to this, its cooling and power limits are higher. ROG Zephyrus offers a thinner, lighter, and more portable alternative. It doesn't look as aggressive as other gaming laptops, which makes them better for more general usage. Although it doesn't perform as well as the Strix, it is still very powerful. In turn, the screen quality and build quality are generally superior to the Strix. The ROG Flow series consists of two sub-series. Z-series laptops feature detachable keyboards that allow you to use the laptop as a standalone tablet. Despite its size and the fact that it uses an APU, its performance is really good. The X series are more like the 2-in-1 laptops we're used to seeing. You can use it in the tablet form factor by folding the keyboard behind the screen. As it has a bulkier chassis, its cooling performance is better. Both models have high-quality touchscreens. Now let's look at casual, business, and production usage-oriented ASUS series. The VivoBook series is one of ASUS's most balanced models. It is very logical, especially for home and student users, in terms of price, thinness, lightness, and hardware balance. The ZenBook series is one of the most ambitious models in the Ultrabook world. It is ideal for design and mobility-focused users with its thin and light design, high material quality, very good screens, and strong battery life. The ProArt Studio Book is ASUS's top-tier series aimed at professionals. It is designed especially for video editors, 3D designers, and those doing architectural and rendering work. You can find screens with very high color accuracy, powerful processors, and professional GPU options like RTX 5090 and RTX 3000 in this series. The priority here is not battery life, it's maximum performance. MSI. I can say it has one of the most complicated naming systems. Thin and Cyborg are products of the same family, and their general quality is similar. They are quite ordinary entry-level products. Their biggest downside is that they use low wattage GPUs. The Katana and Sword series are siblings. There is a clear increase in quality compared to Cyborg and Thin. This positions them somewhere between entry and mid-level. The prices of their fully spec'd versions can be particularly attractive. The Crosshair and Pulse are also sibling series. They resemble each other greatly. The only difference is screen sizes and component configurations. I can say they are around the mid-tier segment. The Vector series is more performant than the models above. It has a simple design and sufficient hardware specs. We can call it the bridge between mid and high-end. The Raider comes from the same family as Vector, but it's a better model. I'd say Raider is a slightly more premium version. It is in the mid-high level, much closer to the top. The Stealth is one of MSI's two top-segment models. Besides the powerful hardware and cooling technologies it has, its biggest advantage is portability. It combines thinness with a weight of approximately 2.5 kilograms. It is weaker compared to the Titan we'll mention in a moment, but it's still one of the most successful laptops on the market. The Titan is MSI's least accessible laptop series. Since it targets ultimate performance, it has massive coolers, an 18-inch mini LED screen, and a low-profile cherry mechanical keyboard. This brings with it a serious weight of 3.5 kilograms and added bulk. That's why Stealth feels more like a laptop. Next are MSI laptops for casual, business, and professional use. Moderns are MSI's entry-level laptops, a cheap solution for simple daily use. Summits are an alternative to the Flow X series from ASUS. They have touch screens and screens that fold back. The Prestige is MSI's most premium Ultrabook model. They have achieved a nice balance, with some of their models being lighter than 1 kilogram, their thinness, high-quality screens, and battery life. Creator Series are the laptops MSI equips for professionals. With RTX Ada GPUs in some models, quality screens, and ideal weights, they stand quite well as portable offices, except for its price. Oddly enough, using 240Hz screens gives them some gaming capability too. Dell. Dell's naming is a bit of a confusing topic because they recently went through a naming change. First, looking at the simpler part, their gaming laptops are gathered under the Alienware brand. There used to be a Dell G series, which were more affordable than Alienware's, but they were discontinued a while ago. Aurora covers the entry mid-level of the Alienware series. Area 51 is Alienware's top segment. Some variants can go up to prices as hard to reach as the MSI Titan. Now we come to the confusing part, their business and general use laptops. Since Dell recently changed the naming here, I will explain them together alongside their old names. Base models, formerly Inspiron, consist of more affordable models appealing to general users. They're a normal laptop in 2-in-1 versions. Pro models, formerly Latitude, is a business-focused series. Security and durability are at the forefront here. Dell Premium, formerly XPS, is one of Dell's most popular series. It is preferred thanks to its stylish design that can sometimes even outshine Apple, quality screens, and lightweight structure. Pro Max, formerly Precision, is the top-level product family, designed for mobile workstations. Since it hosts maximum hardware, it focuses on durability and performance rather than thinness and elegance. High-end features like RTX Ada GPUs are also found here. Acer. Basically, there are two main series on the gaming side. The Nitro V series is a stripped-down version of the Nitro series. It is one of the cheapest laptops on the market and might come up a lot due to its price-to-performance balance. It is not really recommended due to the risks I talked about in the beginning of this part. The Nitro can be shown as the best price-performance laptops for the entry-mid segment. It usually uses higher wattage GPUs compared to its equivalents in the market. Due to the price-performance balance, there might be some issues, so I definitely recommend researching the specific variant you are considering by looking at user reviews. The Predator is Acer's premium gaming segment. Although the price-to-performance ratio is generally good, it can't be said to have the best cooling on the market. However, this is tolerable enough thanks to the advantages it offers. The business and daily use-oriented models are quite clear. The Aspire series is a quality segment for general home use. The Swift series is made up of Acer's high-end Ultrabook-like laptops. It focuses on features like stylishness, lightness, quality screens, and long battery life. The different variants of the Swift series are as follows. The Swift Go and Swift Air are models focused on being lightweight. The Swift X focuses on offering the most powerful hardware in a portable way, so it's heavier than the Go. Some models can be used for gaming, but I don't recommend it. And last but not least, Swift AI models are models optimized for AI tasks. Next up are 3 of the 4 brands that make up almost half of the sales in the global laptop market. But before that, there is something I want to tell you. These videos take a long time to make, but a large majority of viewers are not subscribed and don't like the videos. This negatively affects the views. If you want to support me, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. That way, I can make more videos for you. Now, let's continue where we left off. Lenovo. The gaming series currently consists of 3 main models. The IdeaPad Gaming Series is a gaming-focused version of the IdeaPad series, which is normally aimed for business and casual users. Therefore, heating and thermal complaints may arise in the long run. The Lock is a mid-tier segment and price-to-performance focused model. However, it is known that there are chronic problems in some variants, so it is not safe to buy every variant. Make sure to do your own research. The Legion stands out by offering high-end hardware at an affordable price, though there are some widespread issues, so which variant you choose is critical. The Legion series is divided into segments within itself. 5 is average-level models, 7 is mid to high-level models, 9 is flagship models, Pro is high-performance-focused models, and Slim is portability-focused models. Moving on to their business and casual usage-oriented series, IdeaPad is a range suitable for the general user, balanced in price-performance. There are 2-in-1 and classic laptop forms. The Yoga series consists of mid to high or upper segment models. The distribution of its lines is the same as the Legion series. ThinkPads are top-level models for both ordinary users and corporate use. Durability and security are at the forefront. Therefore, some Yoga models might feel more premium than ThinkPads. The ThinkPad series is also divided into different lines within itself. The main ones are these. P series are workstation models. They feature GPU options like RTX Pro 2000 Blackwell. These are the bulkiest and heaviest ThinkPad models at 3 kilograms. X1 series are flagship models. They have a carbon metal alloy body and very good screens. X series are more affordable compared to X1. Even if it doesn't use premium materials, it maintains lightness. E series is ThinkPad's entry segment. It offers a balance between corporate and home users. HP. Compared to some brands here, I can say that the ranking of HP's gaming series is quite simple. The Victus series is made up of entry and entry mid-level models of the gaming segment. Not every variant is reliable, and chronic problems can be found. The Omen series is aimed at a higher segment. Due to its price-to-performance focus, some users may experience problems, so you need to be careful with the variants of this series too. It has these sub-series within itself. Omen Max is the thickest and most powerful model of the series. Omen Slim is a model focused on portability and thinness. Omen Transcend is the improved premium version of Omen Slim. Their casual, business, and professional use-oriented series are as follows. Essential models are affordable, general user-focused models. Pavilions are superior to essential and suitable models for home use. OmniBook is positioned between business and home use and also has 2-in-1 models. Similar to ThinkPads, it's divided into different variants. 3 is entry-level, 5 is mid-level, 7 is high-level, X is between 7 and Ultra. It has a longer battery life and a lighter body. And lastly, Ultra, which is the most performant and fully packed package. ZBook is the workstation segment. It contains studio GPUs and lightness is not a priority. Finally, last but not least, Apple. Apple produces laptops that are completely casual, business and professional use focused, and only uses ARM CPUs. Although they have been leaning towards gaming recently, they still need time in this area. Apple laptops basically consist of 2 models, but some factors significantly affect performance. The Air has no fan and uses passive cooling. Therefore, temperatures can rise quickly under maximum usage. The main goal is to offer a silent and portable experience. The Pro offers better performance thanks to more powerful processors and the inclusion of fans. Besides that, it features a more advanced screen. The most important part of the MacBook you choose here is its CPU. To give a brief summary, Apple's processors range from M1 to M5. The Pro and Max variants add extra graphics power. If you will be dealing with production work or playing games from the existing, albeit limited, game library, you need to choose one of the CPUs in these 2 variants. Other than that, you can check the single and multi-core scores on Geekbench to compare the performance areas required for your work. If MacBooks look attractive to you, but you are stuck between Windows and Mac, you can check out this video on my channel to decide. So, if you've watched the first video too, you now know how to choose the best laptop for your own use, but if you're still unsure, here are some laptops I recommend. 1. Apple MacBook Air, M4 13-inch. If you're looking for a modern MacBook and won't be dealing with any heavy work, MacBook Airs are the best choice for you. Plus, as Air series don't have fans, you can safely use them on any surface you want, so you can watch movies in your bed in peace. This model has an M4 processor. I can say that it's an incredibly efficient entry-level processor. The fact that it comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage are nice extras as well. Its 13-inch size also provides you with a great mobility, and I'm not even mentioning the battery life of Macs. If the price of the 512 gigabyte variant is a bit too much for you, you can also go for the 256 gigabyte model, which is $200 cheaper. It's a small amount, but it'll be plenty if all you do on your laptop is browsing the web or doing simple work. 2. Lenovo Yoga 7 2-in-1. If you aren't fond of Macs, but still will be doing lighter work, this laptop is just for you. It has an AMD Ryzen AI 7 350 CPU, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a 1 terabyte SSD. And since it's in a 2-in-1 form factor, it allows for very comfortable use. And that's not all. It also includes an OLED touchscreen, so it'll be a great device for watching movies and browsing the web. 3. Gigabyte Aorus Elite 16 AE6H. You of course didn't think I would forget gamers. This is one of the best laptops you can find for the price and the quality it offers. It's an absolute beast with an Intel Core Ultra 9 275HX CPU, a 1TB SSD, a 32GB DDR5 RAM, and a 115W RTX 5070. Adding the Quad HD 165Hz screen and the quality that comes with the Aorus brand on top of this package, it becomes even more appetizing. Definitely check it out. If you're still looking for more, I left 3 more laptop recommendations for you in the description and the comment section. Feel free to check those out as well. But which laptop is the perfect one for you? Don't forget to share your opinions in the comments. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If not, feel free to dislike it. Stay mysterious until the next video. Take care, and bye.